Welcome back here to League on Lock. Eric and Mark with you. And as we've seen across the competitive League of Legends calendar for many years now, China always does it best. They always go big. They go hard. You saw it at the World Championship with the dragon that flew over there. Everyone remembers that. It got an award, an ESPY award for, you know, being badass and having a dragon fly around. I believe that's what it was called.
A real-life dragon. The only dragon in the world. Riot Games has it, and they brought it out for that World Finals.
Yeah, it was a cool-looking dragon. But they still got their finals, and we're still figuring out who's going to be qualifying. They had the third-place match out in China, Rogue Warriors versus JD Gaming, and people were chirping Invictus because they went to 5 games against JD. Well, nobody's chirping them anymore because they absolutely destroyed Rogue Warriors 3-0. People favored Rogue in this one, and kind of deservedly so, but the first 2 games, it was all JD, and Loken was an absolute animal. He didn't die. He died once in 3 games. Considering SMLZ was the all-pro ADC in the LPL, look out for JD, man.
Yeah, that was some real insanity here from JD Gaming, because to top Rogue Warriors is certainly no small feat. Absolutely had a lot of hype. And especially, again, a guy that I've hyped up quite a bit here in the LPL, SMLZ, one of my favorite AD carries right now, is someone who almost always finds a way to pop off. But guess what was happening? He was being popped on in this game. It was all about JD Gaming. Oh boy, I'm excited. I want to see JD Gaming go to Worlds.
I definitely want to see either them or Rogue Warriors. Sorry to EDG. In Game 3, it was actually close and kind of back and forth. But again, the first 2 games were not close at all. And JD, in these mid to late game team fights, there was some Vayne action, by the way, in this one. And it wasn't Uzi. I love seeing Vayne. Loken busted it out in Game 3 and helped lead them to a 3-0 sweep of Rogue Warriors, who, again, a lot of hype was going around them. They kind of got destroyed at times by RNG, but, you know, they were sitting at the top of the table for all the regular season. JD comes in, completely dumpstered them, and there's a little rumor going around on some Chinese websites that JD has been crushing Griffin in scrims, Mark.
Ooh.
Griffin, taking them out.
Yikes,
so
that is pretty
there's some
impressive.
hype around them now, for sure.
I'm certainly very excited to see JD Gaming head towards the gauntlet run in the LPL. I hope that this is the team that we get to come through in that 3rd spot to join IG and RNG as well. I think that this would really complement the LPL roster that they're sending out there, and I think would certainly add to the fiery list of teams that we're going to have for the Worlds.
Yeah, so now the gauntlet in the LPL isn't really much of a gauntlet. It's just 2 rounds of best of 5s. That opening round going to be EDG against JD Gaming, and then the winner of that will play Rogue Warriors, and the winner of that obviously goes as the 3rd seed to Worlds, because RNG and Invictus have already clinched their spots, and they're playing in the finals on Friday. And the LPL is really gearing up for an amazing event because, as you've seen from some leaked photos, the set and stage that they're setting up for their venue, it's Summoner's Rift.
Oh boy.
It's full-sized.
We're Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, boys. We're getting the full-on digital representation here onto the real-world map of the Rift here. That is going to be crazy. We've seen it before with the holographic projection down onto the ground. I believe it was at the Staples Center. But no, this is going to be next level. Having the full-on miniature recreated Rift there. That is next level by the LPL.
I'm hoping that the players will be set up to some shock mounts so that when their character takes damage, they actually feel the damage too. Remember, that was a great Pokemon episode
That's
too.
Certainly important.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it really gets you in the mood for this event. But the RNG, IG, even though they've both already clinched either 1st or 2nd at Worlds, this is still going to be an amazing matchup. In the regular season, RNG was the only squad to actually give IG a loss, and it came earlier on in Week 3, Uzi popping off on the Vayne. He was actually in that round, but IG obviously completely dominated the regular season, and they won up to themselves from spring. They actually got to the finals.
Yeah, it's a really exciting time to see them get to the finals. Right now, For the most part, they've been still playing Duke in the top lane, and occasionally, again, we're still seeing the Shy, and that's who I would hope to see for the most part would be the Shy. I still think that he provides them the most skill in that top lane position for IG, but if you're looking at this series, I still would favor RNG right now. This year has been the year of Uzi. The Mad Dog has been taking any type of championship he can, and here's another one that I think the Mad Dog is going to add to his championship room.
Both these squads have an incredible amount of hype heading into Worlds, and I think people legitimately think that they can take games, not just games in the group stage, but best of series against some of the teams that the LCK are sending, because these two teams are clearly world class.
They certainly are world class, but one of the things that I am thinking of heading towards Worlds when you look at both RNG and IG is that, you know what, compared to someone like a KT Rolster, who I know have their history of underperforming at certain important times, I still think that when you look at RNG and IG, that if I'm thinking about them matching up into someone like, you know, a Fnatic or something like that in the quarterfinals, I wouldn't put it past them to just be absolutely blasted and caught off guard by something from one of those quarterfinal teams and ousted in a way that I wouldn't see from someone like a KT Rolster or an Afrika Freaks in my expectations here. But I still think when you're talking about top level power, and if they're up playing at the absolute peak of their game, I think you definitely have to watch out for RNG and IG.
And you saw Griffin and KT put on a show and showcase what the best teams in the LCK can do, and the competition was at another level. I'm expecting and hoping RNG and IG to do that exact same thing. I want this to go to 5 games. I think it can, especially because there's going to be a lot of subs going in throughout this set. Maybe you start with Duke for IG. You know RNG brings out Zatai, and let me swap in between them. And of course, Karsa, who's been by far the most consistent jungler on RNG, but expect MLXG to get some time as well. I think IG actually might get it done because I feel like they have more to play for. RNG, they've already been winning everything. So, I mean, I know they want to complete the 2018 dream and just win literally every event that they compete in, but I think IG gets it done in 5. But we've still seen the damage RNG does as a 2nd seed at Worlds.
Hey, for me, it's all about the King Uzi right now. He's going to come through in the clutch for RNG. They're going to go to game 5, and it's going to be Uzi on the Vayne getting it done 3-2 for RNG.
By the way, some Vayne buffs on patch 8.18. Shorter cooldown on Tumble, so we're going to be seeing a lot more Vayne at Worlds, Mark. I want to see it. Hey, anytime you get some Vayne spotting, I love it.
If Riot Games can help NA out as much as they can sometimes with patches, it's only fair if they help the LPL out a little bit and say, hey, Uzi, here's your pocket pick a little bit stronger heading into Worlds.
Yeah, a lot of the LPL 80 carries have been picking up the Vayne, but it's going to be an exciting time on Friday when we play a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh / LPL action crossover.